I'm coming, chat. Chat, I'm coming. Howdy. Howdy. I don't want my headphones on right now. I need them on. We're watching live radar. All right, let's get it going. Need my other headphones. I keep saying that. I gotta have them ship. Can you guys hear me? Check, check. 1 2 1 2. MK, what's going on? Charles, what's going on? Yeah, sorry. I started my stream and then it was like chat unavailable. And I was like, what? And then so I was like, okay. So I restarted my stream and suddenly chat was available. Yeah. So Jess, the crew neck's nice, right? It's like nice material. I'm glad that got there. Shipping's taking. I can change some shipping settings. I think through fulfillment and shipping, it's like 8 business days or something right now, and I want that to speed up. I think it should be a little bit quicker. So I'll have to look into that, how I can change it. Nice, 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 nice. What's going on, guys? We're going to talk about everything. Okay, first of all, let's quickly get into our tornado warnings. We have 4 tornado warnings. Radar indicated tornado with ping pong ball size hail. That is around Albemarle. Guys, you know that I was talking about this earlier. Wisconsin names mess me up. Radar indicated 1-inch quarter size hail. Marathon, Wisconsin. Portage, Wisconsin. Radar indicated 1-inch hail. And then we've got a golf ball size hail. Radar indicated Fond du Lac and Sheboygan. Don't know how to say that. But we can go into these. Usually the ones with the bigger hail have stronger updrafts, so I'm a little bit more concerned about those. Let's quickly take a look at these before I get to any questions. This thing is moving over in Chicago. Your time is a-coming. We've got some good storms out here to the west. And this is going to be very good time. We were talking about 7 p.m. Man, I wonder what's happening with that Beyonce concert. Okay, here's our bigger one down here. Let's quickly take a look at our high-res velocity. We do have a little bit of rotation here. Base velocity. Okay. Nothing crazy. I'm not seeing like a super crazy tornado on the ground here, but there's a little bit of rotation in the cells. But if you're out in Plymouth, Kiel, Greenbrush, Meme, Wisconsin. That's funny. I would take shelter, though it doesn't look super scary, but there's rotation in the cells. Probably a rotating cell without a tornado on the ground, but you always want to assume there's a tornado on the ground just to be. It's better to be safe than sorry. Same thing up here, rotating. Cell headed up towards Wittenberg, Wisconsin. Tigerton, Wisconsin. All right, let's go a little bit further. Sorry, guys. I just want to get an update on all of these tornado warnings. While these are all radar indicated too. None of these are observed. This one looks a little bit more impressive. Headed through west end, headed up to the northeast towards Antigo region. Some large hail. Potentially out here. And all right. Let's take a look down here. Some strong, severe thunderstorms. We've got tornado possible, 60-mile-per-hour winds. We've got half-dollar size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, lime-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So this one right here heading towards Bloomington, or to the south of Bloomington. When you have big hail, again, you typically have stronger updrafts, so you got to pay attention to these. Really high cloud tops. We've got this thunderstorm at 74 decibels, which is monstrous. Let's check if there's any rotation in this. There's a little bit of... There's going to be rotation in all these cells. Remember, we have a low-level jet that's coming up from the south. Yeah, there's rotation in there. We have a low-level jet that's coming up from the south like this, our subtropical jet, and then we have our low up here. And the best way to look at that is actually... And I'm going to get to questions. Let me just finish looking at this. The best way to look at that is on here. Okay. Here is our low spinning off. Here's that tail. Okay. wrapping around. Here's our subtropical jet feeding in. So we've got westerlies from this upper level low, and then we've got the southwesterlies / southerlies from this 850 millibar jet and 500 millibar subtropical flow. So there's going to be a lot of, if we can get these storms to really initiate fire up in this region here, which we already have some, you're starting to see them, there's definitely the possibility for some strong tornadoes. You can see this a little bit better just out to the west of Chicago right now. Okay, you see in those last few frames what's happening? Watch. Wait for it. Watch here, guys. Watch this region right there. Watch. And there they are. See how they're starting to initiate? That's what the HRRR, that's what all the models weren't sure was going to happen. And there they are. So these are moving. Okay, and we're getting a little bit of strengthening in here as well. So northern Indiana should be interesting. We can take a little bit look farther down here. Big clump of moisture down here to the south. This is actually best case scenario if this can come over and rain cool this area a little bit. Maybe we don't get that high risk or we don't stay moderate. But all right, let's get back into this. I'm going to start answering some questions. Sheboygan. All right, we'll say it like that. All right, one second. Let me put this back up here. Give me a second, guys. I actually really like this look really quick before I get back to it. I really like this look. Watch these cloud tops in here, guys. This is really impressive. Watch these plume up. See that? See that? That's not there in the beginning of this run. Watch. See? Nothing. It's happening. Everybody stay calm. Stay calm. It's happening. Stay calm. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. If you don't know what that reference is, we can't be friends. But it's happening. They're initiating down there. So really need to pay attention to that. So anyways, all right, let's get into the questions. Zoom out a little bit so you guys can see what's going on with this thing up here. At least on YouTube you can. All right. Climate crew, hi, what's going on? How's Northeast Arkansas at about 2 a.m.? We'll go over that in a little bit. Northeastern Arkansas is getting involved early in the morning. So I would say even without looking, yes, we do have models putting some significant storms through Arkansas Central. I guess I can dive into that super quick. Let me pull over to Pivotal Weather. Skirt. Oh, hello. Hello. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. There we go. I'll pull over here, and then we'll take a quick look at the latest HRRR. So, nope. Don't want that. Arkansas. Actually, let's go to a different region. Ohio Valley. There we go. Arkansas, 22Z. Spiciness. Extra spicy. As we get into around 2 a.m., we've got some cells forming up here, some cells forming down here. 2, 3. Look at that. Little Rock. 3 a.m. 4, 5, 6. I'm telling you, really early in the morning, we're going to have Western Kentucky. And then that's going to go away. And look at Tennessee. This could even involve, oh my gosh, the latest HRRR. This is straight through Nashville. Straight through Nashville tomorrow morning. Straight through Nashville. We don't know if this is going to happen, but this is the latest model. This is at about... Is Nashville Western or Eastern? I think it's Western. I think it's Western. This is at 7 a.m. Central Time. I mean Western. I mean Central. Whatever. It's west of East. This is at 7 a.m. Central. So, but after that moves out, that's not our main event tomorrow. This is our main event tomorrow. So, this mess and what comes just before it as well. This little clump of storms. Although the HRRR, I feel like this is a slight downtrend. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. No, this looks wild right here though. You're gonna have 90, 100 mile per hour gusts potentially along this boundary. Nashville Central. Yeah, that's what I thought. Isn't Tennessee the state that like splits like? I want to say. Is it Kentucky or Tennessee? I want to say the. Isn't it like this? Or something weird. I should know this. Time zones. I'm so bad, guys. I always forget which state is split. It's like my job to know. Yeah, Kentucky and Tennessee are split. That's why it's annoying. And Indiana. Yeah, I was kind of right. I was pretty right. The time zone's like... like that. Oh, and then it goes over to Georgia. Doesn't make any sense. Here's our time zone, guys. There's our time zone. So I always, well, anytime I'm talking about anything here, I always get a little confused. I know Nashville's central though, but all those little cities in between. Yeah, Tennessee is split, Kentucky split, and parts of Indiana split as well. Anyways, let's double check what's going on out here. Tons of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's look if we have any PDS. Golf ball size hail around Albemarle, Virginia. Oh, yeah, we do have a little bit of storms firing up here. We do have a tornado warning, actually, out here to the north of where we at? New Bern, North Carolina. Heading to the southeast towards Aurora, North Carolina. Let's quickly take a look at this, make sure everything's good on this. Definitely hail, high cloud tops. Kind of trying to form that cyclical look here. This almost looks like it's the tornado. Does that not look like a hook? A very small hook in there? Let's see. Actually, that's it. Yep, you could see it on the composite reflectivity. This is on the ground, I think. This is the most impressive tornado we have, and it's not even in the Midwestern region right now. This is heading to the south towards Aurora, North Carolina. So if you're in that region, please get to the bottom floor of your home in a closet away from windows and a bathtub with a mattress over your head, something like that. This is coming down to the south. This is on the ground. Probably causing a little bit of damage. Let's take a look at the correlation coefficient. Some big hail in here as well. So, oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. That always happens a couple times a stream because I'm a dummy. Here it is. Here it is. You can see the reflectivity. The hook. Right there, we've got our hook. RFD, rear flank and downdraft, inflow right here. It was really easy to see, and then you go over to your velocities, and there's your couplet right there. And this is moving to the southeast towards Aurora, North Carolina, and the surrounding areas. Oh! Reagan, you in the back with your hand up. Thank you, Reagan. How do you think the Cook County area in Illinois is going to be? Where's Cook County again? Isn't that right next to Chicago, or am I crazy? Oh, it is Chicago. Okay, that's why it sounds familiar. Storms are barreling down on you guys. They're really close. Like I just showed you out on this cam here. Big plume. These storms are starting to really plume off just to the west of Chicago. You see this here? So we don't have anything down here in the beginning of this frame. And then look at this. There it is. That's called free convection. All right. They're piercing the cap, and it's all, you know, it's anyone's guess from here. It's fair game from here. So, yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about this thing starting to get a little bit more energy. This thing starting to get a little bit more energy moving up to the northeast. So, we've got to watch Chicago over the next hour, about hour and a half. Are we getting rainfall in Owensboro right now? That's what I want to know. Let me give Matt a call. Yeah, Chicago's Cook County. I was like, Chicago sounds like it's Cook. Yeah. Chicago, please, for Beyonce. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If the Beyonce concert's going on, these storms, we've got some severe storms right out to your west. Let me give Matt a call. When will Florida get rain? You guys aren't even expected to get rain in the next 5-6 days. Super drought. The Everglades is struggling. I feel it's terrible for the animals in the Everglades. Delayed till 9. That makes sense. These storms should be out of your hair by 9, and it should be clear skies. So that makes sense. I'm glad they did that too. It's better safe than sorry, because especially our cap broke. Our cap broke right here, which models weren't sure about a day ago, which means we have rapidly rising warm, moist air out to the west here, convecting and releasing latent heat. We could get some supercells very shortly out to the west of Chicago. Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'll talk about that. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
Mesomat, it's not raining where you are, is it?
No, it's been kind of cloudy with that kind of boundary that came through, but we're supposed to get a big round of storms tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at the satellite, and you got a big bunch of cloud over you, but it looked to me like you're not getting any rainfall. So,
Yeah, it's not doing anything when I was looking at it, too.
do something. No, rain would, obviously put a little more stability in that area, but that's probably all going to move out.
Too much.
No, yeah. All right, I just wanted to see that the satellite's really blowing up with.
I thought it was going to rain, too. We had a couple alerts. They gave us a special weather statement for 50-mile-per-hour winds, but the decaying shower convection.
Yeah.
Showers west or north of us whatsoever. It's all southwest of us.
Did you see? I don't know if you can see my. You're streaming right now, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to show you something super quick. You guys can hear him, right? Don't incriminate yourself. I was looking at this. I want you to take a look at this region, and this is what we were concerned about. So watch this area. This is just about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just to the southwest of Chicago.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to do a little bit more than the models were projecting. It looks like it's going to go
Yeah, this area was not, even on the latest HRRR, was not showing. The cap is completely broke here. These storms have, yeah. So, interesting. A lot of people are asking questions about Chicago.
The SPC updated in an hour. They're going to upgrade. So shove that enhancers further south.
Yeah, they might. They might. These storms weren't here before, so I'm also concerned about northern Indiana with all that initiation there in central Illinois.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I'm going to watch these two. It looks like whatever happened in Wisconsin wasn't too significant in terms of what it was calling for.
Well, yeah, and I was talking about that in my videos. It seemed to me a little bit congested up there. I'm not super high on a bunch of tornadoes or like damaging severe weather that close to the upper level low. Typically, it's a little bit farther out,
Right.
like on the tail as it's whipping around with that shear. So, and also where the southwesterly flow is where we're watching usually the most significant storms, and you don't really have that up there as much in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they said too, I was looking at Mesonet too, and it was saying that high falls were too extreme. Potentially they could make or break this setup today, even though it was, instability and shear driven. So might also been an issue.
Yeah.
I'm going to look back at it once this event's over with and kind of see what happened.
I'll let you get back streaming, but I'd say let's watch Central Illinois into Indiana because that looks all those storms just fired up. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. You were just on Matt's stream. Henry, I appreciate that. Jess, I appreciate you. Up, we got Haley. You in the back? You in the back? I think your name's Haley. Super North Clarksville, and we're going to talk about Grand Rapids too. Super North Clarksville, Tennessee. My husband is out of state. So, yeah, here, let's take a look at that. Let's go into... Let's get back to Radar Omega. All right, I want to zoom in here so you guys can see these storms that are firing up here. 1 second. So, Clarksville. Yeah, you guys are in that slight. You guys are in that slight tonight. Right now, there's not a ton happening there. There's a little bit of moisture out to your west, but this is not severe. Early morning. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. is when we could have strong thunderstorms rolling through that area. This is a nocturnal threat in Clarksville. That's what you need to know. The damaging stuff looks to be nocturnal. We're starting to get all these severe thunderstorm warnings out here. Where was this latest one? Let's take a look. Another Haley. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Let's take a look. Lake Geneva. Guys, if my glasses are sideways, it's because my son broke them. That's electrical tape. See? This thing's just barely holding on. You see that? Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Oh, you guys are good. I mean, these storms are past. I think everything's going to look a little bit better from here. Let's go into your radar 1, radar 2 here. Yeah, you're kind of... The worst is kind of past you at this point. You should be good. Appreciate you, Henry. Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So you've got a little bit of time for Grand Rapids, Michigan. We can take a look at the latest HRRR and see what the timing looks like. Here we go. So we're talking about, let's go back to the 22Z. So looking like around 10 p.m. 10, 11, those storms are rolling through. So I think I'm looking at Eastern right now, though. I've got mine set to Eastern. So that'd be closer to 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Central. Still looking like we're going to have a good QLCS squall line moving through. But take a look at the latest HRRR. Doesn't even show any storms here. But they're here. They initiate it. They're here. So that's what it's not even seeing that, though. See that? We have storms where the HRRR doesn't even expect them to be currently, which is a little concerning, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Glendale Heights. Isn't that to the north of Chicago? I'm probably, I might be completely wrong, but. All right, out to the west of Chicago. Yeah, you guys got maybe 30 minutes until we start to see these thunderstorms rolling over your heads. 30 minutes to an hour max. Got some good cells forming out to your west. These are really concerning to me down here near central Illinois, though, because these are just getting started. But still, hail damaging winds and a possible tornado are still possible for Chicago Metro, including Glendale Heights. You right there. DC tomorrow. Oh, sorry. DC tomorrow morning. I'm a teacher and I'm concerned. We can take a quick look at that. We can take a quick look at that. Let's take a look at DC tomorrow morning. Latest HRRR 22Z. Maybe a thunderstorm around 8 a.m. Doesn't look severe, at least on this model. We can take a look at the NAM 3K. A little bit of rain, maybe a thunderstorm. Nothing looks severe. Let's take a look at our crazy model, Rufus. Usually this will show us worst case scenario. Right now, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Maybe a little bit of rain, but not severe. What's going on, ATX? What is going on? I saw a hand. Reagan, you in the back? You in the back? When I click the AccuWeather radar, the rain seems to be passing to the side of me. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm watching this radar as I watch these storms plume up. Oof, Central Illinois is getting some big storms right now. Look at Super Gremlin. All right, we got Climate Crew in here. Look at Peoria, Illinois. Storm, if it's... Wait. Storm, it's for Tor... Wait. Storm, it's Tor possible. Okay, sorry, I can't read. My glasses aren't on. You guys are good. The worst weather's past you guys. You guys are good. We're not going to get cells. We're not going to get anything behind that. You guys are out of the severe chance now. Two little ones in the back. I've got a 12-day-old and a 26-month-old outside this room. Don't worry. They're with my wife. Constance, good to see you. East Hazel Crest in Joliet, Illinois. Okay. East Hazel Crest. Okay, after I answer these, I need to talk about some stuff that's going on. East Hazel Crest, you got about an hour. Storms are barreling in. These storms are intensifying a little bit. I think right now it's looking pretty safe. We don't have a tornado on the ground. We don't have any warnings up here, but we could see some, so we got to watch this very carefully. Juliet. You guys are close. 20 minutes, maybe max. You got that radar right on top of you. You see these storms just start to fire up here to the west. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing free convection out here. So stuff could go downhill real quick. We got to pay attention. Sorry, here you go. Keep doing that to you guys. Here you go. This is what I'm talking about. Watch this region. Let's see this. See the thunderstorm fire up just to the southwest of Juliet. Juliet's like around here. So that's going to be moving off to the northeast. Beaver in Pennsylvania going to be okay. Beaver in. Yeah, PA is looking okay tonight. You could get a little bit of late stuff, but I'm not terribly concerned about PA. All right, let's take a look at the latest. Got a lot of lightning. We only have one tornado warning up here, and that tornado warning is going to expire. And all we're going to have is severe thunderstorm warnings, which is great. 3. Oh, yeah, we got this one up, and this one's going to expire too. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. Where's our... Oh, yeah, and then we have this one. That's right. That's right. We got the one in the southeast, and this one actually is the most... You still have this hook on this one, so I think we have a tornado on the ground here. Luckily, it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Although, there's some neighborhoods here, so... Cox Crossroads, Blunts Creek, Stilley, Jones Store, Edward, out towards Grantsboro, Alliance, all need to, Oriental, Vandermeer, all need to be in a safe spot because this tornado is on the ground. We were taking a look at it earlier. Doesn't look like a major tornado, but it could definitely be causing some damage. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Let's really quickly get into here. Let's take a look at southeastern Missouri. There we go. What do we got? Our latest... Let's go back into our HRRR. We'll go to 22Z. Watch as we get into the morning hours here. Southeastern Missouri could get a little bit sketchy at around 2 a.m. 3 a.m. So we'll have to watch that. And then if we go back to our 18Z, real spicy for southeastern Missouri at around, we're going to call it 2, 3 in the afternoon. Central. So that is something to pay attention to. So you've got that 2, 3 in the afternoon Central for southeastern Missouri. And then we've also got our, we'll have to see how this moves. A little bit wants to make its way into southeastern Missouri. That 2, 3 a.m. nocturnal threat is real too. So, but I think it looks a little bit more dangerous as we get into, 2, 3 in the afternoon. And then here we go again right after it. And now we're talking 7 p.m. I mean, you could have morning, afternoon, evening threat. How's Northern Illinois looking for tomorrow? Fine. I don't think we got a threat up in Northern Illinois tomorrow. Unless there's something I'm missing. What, is the SBC just throwing something up there? Yeah, the SBC has you in a marginal, I guess. I mean, I'm not seeing much for it. Yeah. Kyle King. Current mezzo discussion for Indiana. Is there one going on right now? Let's take a look. Why don't we? Let's take a look. What's going on, everyone? I appreciate the 9 follows. Thank you. Listen, I don't want TikTok to ban me for this, but if you follow me on YouTube, it's a lot more important because I'm trying to go there full time because TikTok screws with my monetization. Hopefully I whispered that quiet enough. It's a much better presentation on YouTube too. All right, mesoscale discussion. When did this come out? 13 minutes ago. Severe storms capable of embedded tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail will overspread the area into tonight. A watch is likely for parts of this area. Heck yeah, it is. And I'm especially concerned about down here because of the storms that we have currently. You can see the storms we have currently right in this region. Strong westerlies. Strong southwesterlies out there, actually. These, yeah, strong southwesterlies right behind this front. A line of severe storms capable of producing embedded tornadoes, damaging winds, and large. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. A broken band of severe storms, including several embedded supercell structures, is tracking eastward across far eastern Wisconsin, posing an all hazards severe risk. All hazards, hail, wind, and tornado. As an occluded surface front continues eastward, this line of storms and potentially new storms is the prefrontal warm advection plume will overspread western, central, lower Michigan, and northern central Indiana over the next few hours. Earlier, let's see. Okay. Nothing important. What that mesoscale discussion is talking about is that, well, here's the latest state. Well, let's go to the latest stage triple R. What do we have on the 23Z? See, the 23Z doesn't even have these storms in here, guys, that are there currently in central Illinois. So I don't agree with this. It's putting nothing into this region. That's what that mesoscale discussion is actually talking about. Michigan, we know we're going to get some bad storms up there, but northern Indiana has still been up in the air. Yeah, Michigan looks pretty decent. Detroit, this thing's going to be dying off a little bit. I think you could get some very strong straight line winds and some hail out there, though. I think your tornado threat's not going to be crazy. Okay, Reagan, I've talked about Cook County a lot. I know you raised your hand, but I've talked about Cook County at least 8 times, and I know you've been in here when I have. Storms are out to the west. They look like they are intensifying to the west of Cook County. Jenna, near the time, money sign. That rhymed. NTX, crack this, let him cook. Melissa, I appreciate you guys. Haley, any chance for downtrend tomorrow for Clarksville? There is a chance, but I haven't seen it yet. How's it looking for north of Green Bay? Well, you know what I want to do? Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me fix this here. Well, I'll put the opacity up a little bit. Okay. So Green Bay has got a lot of probably rain-cooled air up here. Look at all this just free convection up here. You've got some bad thunderstorms moving through right now. You guys are probably fine, though. I mean, after this moves over, we're probably not going to have to worry too much about storms back out here. But you guys got to pay attention for at least another hour and a half. This tornado warning did not expire. Right to the north and northwest of Antigo. Tough to tell. There is a couplet here. So we do have some rotation in the cell. Headed right towards Elko, Wisconsin. Yep, there. Another one. Could be a tornado on the ground, so I'd get in a safe spot if I were up there. Any other tornado warnings we need to talk about? We've got 2. Yeah, this one down here still probably... Let's take a look at the reflectivity. Okay, it's falling apart a little bit. That's good. It is falling apart a little bit. Headed towards Aurora. Still rotation in the south, though. Headed to the southeast towards Aurora and Alliance and Vandermeer, North Carolina. GRXM, KNX, GHT. Grimnite. What is the outlook for northern Kentucky, specifically Pendleton County tomorrow? Tornadoes, hail, and wind. Not too great. Not too great. Let's go and take a look at our day 2 severe. You guys are just outside of that moderate. You guys will probably be in the moderate tomorrow, and we may see a high in here, but We'll see about that. Actually, I'll turn this back up so you guys can see what's going on. So we'll see about that. But severe thunderstorms are likely in that region. Person with no name, thanks for raising your hand. How far out are storms from Juliet? They're on top of you guys, basically, right to the west. Severe thunderstorm warning, just put down 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Considerable damage threat, 2-inch lime-size hail, Pontiac, Gibson City, headed up towards Kankakee. Kankakee. Can someone pronounce this? Kankakee. 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 Can you guys read that? Kankakee. Oh, I'm saying it right. Kankakee. Nice. Kankakee. Whenever you get a chance, can I get your thoughts on OKC Metro storms for this weekend? I don't think OKC is going to have storms this weekend. I think they're going to have, well, maybe Sunday, but I guess I think it's a Monday threat. We'll talk about it. What time for these storms in central Ohio? We can take a look at that. Let's go back to Pivotal Weather since we have some questions about that. I think things are going to get a little bit interesting over the next 30 minutes to an hour, by the way. Central Ohio, the HRRR isn't seeing it on this latest run, but we can take a look at the 18Z. And Central Ohio is looking potentially closer to 4 a.m. 4 a.m. So let's say 3 to 6 a.m. those storms probably be moving through Central Ohio. Yeah, we can take a quick look a little bit out in the future. Here we go. The latest and greatest from the European model. Here we go. As I said in my video today, Big Daddy Trough digging back down into the southwest. 500 millibars. You can see that. Actually, even the upper level trough pulling that almost southerly, southwesterly. I don't really care about that. Let's go to the 850 millibar. Actually, let's go to 850 millibar. Look at that. That is Sunday night. That could be bad for Oklahoma. You're right. That's sped up a little bit. And then Monday, Kansas City. You're going to have a good time. And then Tuesday, this did shift a little bit farther out east. Tuesday, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. You could have a good time. I'm being sarcastic. It's not going to be a good time. But there's plenty of time for that to change, obviously. We've seen a ton change with this setup. Severe weather, you got to be like within 48 hours to really know what's going to happen. But I think the GFS agrees with the Euro here. Let's look at the GFS. Yeah, there it is. Cranking in on Sunday night. Ooh. GFS is super aggressive in here. 71 knot. Low level wind, guys. That's 85 something, 87 miles per hour. Right above our heads at the surface. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, the GFS is being aggressive. Oh, and then maybe some severe weather in the southeast. Atlanta. I know Santi's in here. And then look at that. Another severe Tornado Valley severe threat after that. I've got jury duty in Tulsa tomorrow, or Tulsa Monday. No, well, guess what? No, you don't. See what I did there? Well, we'll see. Things are going to shift a little bit. Yeah, this is pivotal weather that I'm on. Let me head back to Radar Omega real quick. All right, let me just take a breath because I haven't stopped talking. And then I'll answer some more questions. Rapid fire. Guys, really quickly before I take a breath. All of this convection down here, all of these storms down here in Illinois, were not there on the models, on all the models. They were not agreeing on them. This line right here, and boom, as I'm speaking about it, another severe thunderstorm warning along it. This was not here. A lot of models had a little bit of convection. A lot of models had a little bit of convection, and there was a big gap. Gaping hole. There was a big hole there. So This is definitely interesting. And we talked about how severe the parameters were here. We talked about how severe they were, and if we did get storms firing up here, it could be bad. So central to eastern Illinois, and then this is going to move up towards northern Indiana. High alert. Woo, woo, woo. Pay attention to that. Can you sign up for 1 week free trial on Pivotal Weather currently? I don't think so. You don't need Pivotal Weather's free. If you want like the 18Z models, you get the 12 and 00Z models, which are the best models because that's the weather balloon data. You get those models for free with Pivotal Weather. I pay like the $10 a month. It's super cheap to get like all like the 18Z run and all the models runs of the HER. But I used Pivotal Weather for a long time without a subscription before I was like streaming, and it was fine for me. It sucked not getting the 18Z, but you get good runs on. You don't really even need it if you're not streaming and whatever. You can get those other updates online. NTX near the time. Jenna, I appreciate you. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, well, I heard they delayed Beyonce to 9, so you guys should be good. You guys should be good. Let me 1 second. Let me just take a second. Let me put this radar out here in Chicago. Again, I'm a little bit concerned about here because we've got a little bit more storms firing up than we potentially thought we would. So we'll have to see, Chicago. You're going to have some strong thunderstorms moving through in a little bit. We'll see if these storms continue to form. I'm seeing another thunderstorm firing up out here moving towards Chicago as well. So where's that one? Okay, I don't know where that one is, but give me a second. Oh, you can. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool, Leanne. Yeah, I don't think they had a free trial when I did Pivotal. Maybe I'm crazy, though, when I first got onto it. Yo, who else in Aurora? Are you talking about Aurora, North Carolina? Are you talking about Aurora, North Carolina? Okay, because there's a tornado headed towards Aurora, North Carolina. Aurora, Illinois. Oh, you guys are probably fine. I think these storms are... Yeah, you got some storms out to your west still, actually. No, we need to pay attention in Aurora. We still got a little bit of time in Aurora to pay attention. Yeah. Here's another storm that's firing up. We're going to see a lot of this. We're going to see a lot of these. These storms are starting to really look good. This squall line here is starting to look pretty. There's a better view. Oof. There's a high def view. You know what I want to look at, guys? Where are our storm chasers? Oh, okay, they're right in here. The bulk of them are right in here. Boring. No, I'm just kidding. Whoa. That made me hungry. How bad will impact Marion, Ohio? Where's that? I'm not expecting major impacts in Ohio, but we do have to stay alert. Let's go back to our day 1. Severe threat, categorical threat. You guys are right out of that enhanced zone, and it's actually not bad. With these storms firing up here that weren't expected to, it does make this region look a little bit more susceptible to some pretty bad weather, potentially severe. When will the storms hit Midland, Michigan? How do you raise your hand like that? What the heck? Midland, Michigan. Super Gremlin. How's that sail to the southwest of, I'm in Shannon. Okay, I got to get back to that. I got to answer this person. Wait. Midland, Michigan. You guys are in that slight. We can go to the latest HRRR. Fast forward. Storm's moving into central Michigan up here. At around 11. Midnight, 1 a.m. And this to me looks like a serious wind and hail threat. More than anything. More than tornado. Wind and hail for sure. Late tonight into the morning. And when I say wind, I don't mean a sea breeze. I mean you can get some straight line 80 plus mile per hour gusts. So pay attention to that. Sorry, Super Gremlin. Let me go back up. What were you saying? Whoa! Andrew Mark with the Galaxy. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. W's in the chat for Andrew. Yeah. Cinnabon, Illinois. Oh, Channahon, Illinois. Let's take a look. Channahon, Illinois. All right. Oh yeah, you guys got a little bit of time. Like I said, here's another severe thunderstorm warning. We've probably had 3 placed down here in central Illinois, moving up towards northeastern Illinois in the last 20 minutes. So these storms are intensifying right now, and my hope is that they don't get their act completely together until after they move past Chicago. 1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. Where's Hammond, Indiana? Is that up to the north? Okay, anyone's in the if anyone has questions if any of my climate crew peeps have any questions, put them in weather talk and I'm just going to look at my Discord and answer your questions too. I'm going to pull up the Discord just so I don't miss your questions. All right, I'm in there. If you guys sub to me, you get access to the Discord. Climate Crew folks, if you're in my Discord, go put your questions in weather talk so I can answer them. Why does this never... Okay. Jesus Christ loves me. That's good to know. Connor, confused blonde, slightly confused blonde. I love him too. Oh, Luke Z became a part of the climate crew. Wait, hold up. I got to answer your guys' questions. We got a lot going on, but hold up. Luke. Shout out to Luke. W's in chat for Luke. Luke, I appreciate that. Luke, you should have access to my Discord. If you have any issues, let me know. But you should have access to my Discord. We got a big community in there, updating the weather stuff every single day, talking in the Discord. I'm in the Discord right now. Jess from Weather Talk. How is Northeast Ohio looking? Northeast Ohio is definitely looking a little sketch. I think we have a strong wind and hail threat still up there for Northeast Ohio. I don't think we're going to have too big of a tornado threat, but based on the look of what we just saw from... also, shout out Jess. Based on the look at what we just saw from the latest HRRR, if this thing can keep its act together, we're going to still have some pretty strong straight line winds moving up into Northeast Ohio at around, and the problem is this is late. This is around 3, 4 a.m. 3, 4, 5 a.m. Don't be surprised if you get some loud thunder out there early in the morning before you're waking up. Well, yeah, welcome to the crew, Luke. Heck yeah. Let's see here. Are the storms going into Indiana going to hold intensity and have a tornado risk associated with them? I'm around Lafayette. Central to north, I think they will. So yes, where you are 100%. Look at all these yellow boxes out here to your west. These are all, a lot of these are new, and they were not expected. The cap broke, as we say. So yes, pay very close attention, and I want to give you a time frame on that. So we're going to be talking about. So it's the HRRR, you see, don't pay attention to the fact that there's no storms here in the HRRR. The HRRR thinks there's no storms here right now, and there are. So just forget that shows no storms there because they're there. So probably going to be closer to 10 p.m. Central. We'll say between 9 and midnight Central. We definitely could get some strong wind or damaging wind, hail, and tornadoes. But hopefully the tornado threat it's been pretty good. We haven't really seen it down here. We haven't really seen it down here in central Illinois. We haven't really seen it down here in this region. So, but, you know, our jets pumping, and we're getting all this initiation, all these thunderstorms firing up. So we could see some tornado warnings in the next hour or two start to pop up down here. So I think they'll hold their strength, definitely. Luke, what's going on, dude? Luke has his bread now. That's right. Luke got his bread. No problem. No problem, Dis. Kyle King, thanks for raising your hand. What's the timing for storms in Indiana tomorrow? Yeah, so tomorrow gets real interesting. Let's take a look on here. So we get some more storms moving into southern Indiana at around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. All right, so a little bit of a early morning threat. But if we go back here to the 18Z HRRR, and we look out a little bit further, let's go into, okay, that rolls through. Here we go. Okay, so we're talking 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m. Central Time, and then another round. And up there to the north, we actually have some nice looking storms. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is going to be a late afternoon evening event. Late afternoon evening event for the severe stuff. Guys, I got to show you this again. Nate, I got you. Nate, I got you. Again, if you're in the Climate Crew, if you're in the Discord, if you sub or become a member, you do get access to the Discord. But if you're in there, I'm answering all your questions in the weather talk. I have it up. Right here. These are my people. So it's a little bit interesting of a setup because you've got some thunderstorms a little bit earlier on, but it's going to be the severe weather's afternoon and evening hours for Indiana. I want you guys to take a look at what's going on here again. Look at this. I mean, look at this huge. Let me go back 6 hours so you guys have a better understanding. There was not expected to be thunderstorms in this area. Can you guys see that? Hold up. There was not expected to be thunderstorms here. Now watch. Look at that. You see how they're all pluming? This is happening in real time. This is an updated satellite. So none of the models really saw much happening in this central Illinois area. And this is going to be moving to the northeast to affect Indiana. Look at that explosion. The cap's broken. I'm telling you right now, we really got to pay attention out here because of that. Okay, that I'm starting to look like a bad drawing, but you know what I mean. We really got to pay attention. And that's, you know, it could be a false alarm, but just because you have high cloud tops and thunderstorms forming doesn't mean you have that they're going to be rotating really intensely, or you're going to have the updrafts are definitely there when you see thunderstorms explode that quick. The updrafts are there, but is the rotation there on the surface is the question. I think it's going to be. You a lot of times get rotation when you have a southwesterly flow, and we have a strong southwesterly flow. Because the upper level low is moving from the west. So these are interacting with each other with the subtropical jet and then the upper level low trough up to the north. Yeah, it's thundering here in Oswego, Illinois. Yeah, I love thunder. Okay, let me get back here. Yeah, so Nate, can big inland lakes have a tendency to weaken storms or make them track different if the said big inland lake is the path of the storm? No. Well, typically what can happen... What do we got? Let's see. It's not showing me updated here. I'm going to have to refresh Radar Omega. Typically what can happen is actually the opposite. You can get some breezes coming off of the lake that kind of help with those updrafts, and you can actually get storms intensifying as they hit the lake. You can see none of these storms died off. If that's happening, it's just the situation. There is sometimes, though, where your parcel hasn't fully risen and you're getting convection and it moves over a cooler body of water and the storms fall apart. So it depends on the temperature of the lake, the time of the year. But as we get later into May, you would think these waters are getting warm enough and you're starting to get that natural pressure gradient off the surface, some winds, and that should be able to help actually with thunderstorms as they approach the lake. So no, there's nothing that would really weaken it in most cases. What can Long Island and New York City see for Saturday severe weather? Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the latest update for Saturday. Your weather knowledge is so refreshing. Chakra, I appreciate that. Let's take a look at our day 3. Who was in here yesterday when we talked about this? Who was in our live stream yesterday where I said we could see a little bit of severe weather up here, up into the mid-Atlantic? We were talking about that because we were looking at I forget what model we were looking at, but there was our strong low-level jet pumping through the East Coast. And there it is. I know there's a lot of people who have been in my chat constantly up in New York City, Philly, who have been wanting some severe weather. Like, it's weird. Like, I understand wanting some. I love thunderstorms. You don't want a freaking tornado to go over your house, obviously, or large hail to ruin your car, but it's a little exciting every now and then for some people who never, like, we've had no severe weather up here in the Northeast at all, which is great. But sometimes for someone like me and people who are like weather enthusiasts, it's a little exhilarating. So I can't blame them. But yeah, this is going to be a nice little. It's going to annoy some people, but excite some people. We could get some strong thunderstorms and severe weather up here. So let's take a look. Let me look at the NAM 3K and actually see what it's looking like out here. All right, so let's get into this 15, 16. Here we go. So this is our severe threat for Saturday. So we've got an initial push at around morning hours and then a secondary one up there, especially through PA, New Jersey, New York, later in the evening. So we could have some good thunderstorms up there. We could have thunderstorms tomorrow morning, afternoon, some decent thunderstorms. Then we can get some more thunderstorms up there. Potentially Saturday morning, Saturday evening. A lot of thunderstorm activity over there Friday and Saturday. So I'm actually a little bit concerned with down here. The models have been looking a little bit spicy down here with action on Saturday. Look at this. I don't know if this is going to show the timing or the same type of... Hold up. Let's see here. We're getting to Saturday. I'd have to look at this on Pivotal Weather, but I think down here Saturday we're going to have a little bit of a story. I think we have a crazy amount of instability down here on Saturday. So Tulsa, OKC could get involved, Little Rock, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texarkana, Shreveport. So potentially Killeen, Waco, Austin. Use your day at SBC. I try to be, Leanne. What can Long Island and New York City see Saturday severe weather-wise? I think hail, wind, and tornado are all on the map. I don't think super significant severe hail, wind, or tornado, but we're going to have a southerly flow into a westerly flow. I think we're going to get a little bit of rotation along this boundary. And 1-2 inch hail, 60+ mile per hour gusts. I think it's all there. Still praying Monday and Tuesday aren't bad. Yeah, it does look a little bit sketchy out there Monday and Tuesday through Tornado Alley, especially in the southern plains. Let me close out Radar Omega and reopen it because it's not showing me my latest updates. No tornado warnings. All right. Again, though, guys, I think this is going to... Again, just watch. Just watch what's happening. Watch what's happening right now in Illinois. I know we don't have much going on, but I'd say especially watch right here. Watch what's happening. So sometimes as we push into the evening hours and the sun sets, guys, the atmosphere and the surface air around your parcel of heat and moisture cools, and you get rapid ascent, rapid forcing, which can really, really, really spark up some strong thunderstorms. So, man, there's something strong right out there to the southwest of Kankakee. I think I'm saying that right. Is it going to thunderstorm? Is it going to thunderstorm or what? Or what? Logan, where are you? Cractus, Confused, Crisley, Brendan. I appreciate you guys. Andrew, did I answer your question? Andrew Mark? Or did I not? Do you think they'll issue a moderate or enhanced risk for Sunday, Monday? Enhanced, yes. I'll never usually say that this far in advance, but I think enhanced is a given. Moderate's a little bit of a question. Will it ever stop raining on the weekends in the Northeast? It's always on the weekends. I know, right? It's crazy. Northern Indiana tonight. I don't think the cap will hold. I actually think you'll get some pretty good storms over Northern Indiana. That's what I've been talking about. That's what I've been talking about because this wasn't supposed to be here, guys. This one's supposed to be here. Oh, this is what I didn't see. There it is. There it is. Sorry. I had to refresh Radar Omega. This is why Radar Omega. I'm using a different radar software come summer. I've got that alpha. Not like we got like maybe 10 people are going to have access to it, including Mesomat. If you guys don't know, I reached out to someone who's dropping some like revolutionary radar software, and I got alpha access hopefully over summer. And we're going to use some radar software that's going to blow all this stuff out of the water. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to be like looking at it for the first time with you guys. Okay, we've got a little bit of an inflow here and a hook and a RFD type of look. I really actually want to go in here quickly because this, yeah. Oh, yeah. Harrison Town, if you're in there. Harrison Town, Decatur, I think that's how you pronounce it. Oriana, Argenta, Forthwith, get underground, get in a basement, get on the lower level of your home in a closet. If you don't have that, get in a bathroom in a bathtub with some pillows or something over your head. This is a hook, and this could be on the ground already. This is exactly what I was talking about. I've been focusing on this area, guys, because these storms weren't supposed to be here, and we're seeing, as I keep showing you, the satellite can tell you a lot more than the radar can sometimes, and the satellite's screaming central Illinois. Look at this explosion of storms. I don't care what the radar or the infrared is showing. I care about what the satellite's showing. It's a lot easier to tell what's happening from space, apparently, than from the surface. It really is. So, seriously, and I expect we're going to get some more Tor warns along this boundary. You can see up here to the northwest or to the northeast of this, headed towards Mahomet, Farmer City, Blue Ridge, potentially Fisher, Thomasboro, Urbana, however you pronounce that. Pay attention. I think we're going to get more of these out here. This is a decent-looking circulation. Forsyth, Oriana, Argenta, Decatur. I think Decatur, I think you're good. I think it's going to pass to your north, but pay attention. Anyone here in Forsyth? Probably not, right? 184 people, maybe. I appreciate the follows, guys. Thank you. Spesh, Tatum, Chakra. Let me go into here, make sure everything's good. Okay, we're good. What's the hail threat around Chicago? You guys got a... here we go. This is why I had to get back in here. We got a severe thunderstorm warning up here to the northwest Chicago. Yeah, I had to refresh my radar mega. Something was going on. Quarter-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This set it through Lombard up towards Evanston. There's definitely a little bit of hail corn here. Now, this is going to go just to the north of downtown. But We've still got storms out here. So we got a little bit longer to go, Chicago. Here's our kind of, we'll call it our squall line. Broken up squall line. You're still out to the east. Here's Chicago. So got to pay close attention there. It's looking like the seas are parting, and you might have bad storms to your north and to your south, and you might be good, but there's some other cells out there to the west initiating. So Indiana is, like I've been saying, a lot of these storms weren't supposed to be here. These are going to move into Indiana tonight. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. Super Gremlin. I'm in the pink dot. Are either these coming my way? Can't tell with the direction of the storms. Yeah. Yeah, that top one. That top one is Gremlin. That top one. Not looking too bad right now though, but hopefully the cloud tops are rising, so Connersville, Indiana. I'm expecting a little bit more of a threat to the north, central to northern Indiana, which you guys are close to. But since we have all this convection down here to the south, oh yeah, and look at this squall line. It's stretching very far south. You guys could get involved pretty late tonight, definitely. Let's take a look at NOAA real quick. And all right, tornado watch. Here you go, Michigan. All of central to western Michigan. Basically the whole state of Michigan except for this eastern portion. So where most people live, I feel like. But big tornado watch out there. Let's go back here. That mesoscale discussion was 50 minutes ago. Okay. All right, we're good on that. Princeton, Indiana, sure. Princeton, Indiana. Where are you guys? Down there to the south. Princeton, Indiana, I'm a lot more concerned about tomorrow than I am today. But you could get severe weather today and tomorrow. Let's take a look. About to get our OOZ out from the ARRR, which is going to be good information. Yeah, so here's our look at Princeton tomorrow. Decatur, sorry, just a real quick reminder. Forsyth, Oriana, Argenta, Monticello, you should probably, Monticello be paying attention, but Forsyth, Oriana, Argentina, even Decatur, I'd probably get somewhere safe in your home right now. There is definitely a decent tornado on the ground in that region. But yeah, down here, could have some storms moving over late tonight around 1 a.m. But here's what I'm concerned about. 4, 5, 6, and then through the evening. A lot of these storms want to stay just to your south, but it's going to be a very close call. You could even be involved in that high risk tomorrow, depending on what happens with the latest updates. If we get a high, I don't know if we're gonna get a high, but it's possible. La Porte, Indiana. If I haven't answered your questions, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just one person. I'm not favoring anyone. Well, except for my climate crew, but that I've answered a lot more of yours than their questions because there's a lot more of you than them for now. But I'm answering as quick as I can. I'm just looking at my questions and I'm just answering them as I see them. LaPorte, Indiana. LaPorte. I'm probably saying it completely wrong. Sorry, guys. I know you're probably making fun of me, but yeah, I'm very concerned about that area tonight. Your SIGTOR parameters have been really, really high. From the HRRR for quite a while in that area. Let's take a look at the latest on the HRRR. Really bringing storms into that region at around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Central. Forsyth, was I saying it wrong? DFW, we're watching next week. Sunday, Monday, we're watching the DFW. Well, actually, Saturday, I forgot about that. We were just talking about this. Saturday. You know what? While we're here, Saturday, DFW. Anyone in Dallas, Fort Worth area here in Texas? Let's go to our NAM 3K. I don't think we're going to see out that far, but yep, here we go. At the end of the NAM 3K, this is, yeah, Saturday night, we start to see some good winds moving up into that region. Let's take a look at our Euro. Saturday. This might even turn into an early Sunday morning thing for Oklahoma and the DFW. Could get some severe weather. Yeah, late Saturday into Sunday morning. Haley, you in the back. You right there in the back, Haley. So you don't think this is all popping off? So you don't think this all popping off can weaken tomorrow's threat? No, because where we're seeing all of this crazy initiation happening currently is to the north of where our main threat tomorrow is. And if this was a big pile of rain down here, I'd say, ooh, that's going to weaken our threat tomorrow. But it's not. It's just clouds. And guess what? Doesn't matter. Look at our sun shadow. It's nighttime anyways. So doesn't matter. But where we see this big initiation happening right in this area that we weren't sure about, well, this is looking good. This is our main threat tomorrow through here. Stretch that out a little bit. So that's not going to affect it. At least not that main moderate enhanced threat. Wait, can I see the finger extension again? Yeah, sure. Meat. Wait. Where'd it go? Meat, fire, eat. I get crazy storm anxiety. How is the Mount Sterling, Kentucky area looking tomorrow? The models. Okay, Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Let's get back to our day one, by the way. Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Luckily, you're a little bit farther off to the east, but again, everything's on the table for you: hail, wind, and tornadoes. Let's take a look again at our day 2 threat. Update it. You guys are still in that 15% hatched. I wish I had better news for you, but you got to stay weather alert tomorrow. You got to pay attention to what's going on. What you have to remember, though, is 99.9999% of people in this, even if it goes high tomorrow, in the high and moderate and even enhanced risk, aren't even going to see a tornado, aren't going to have any damage done to them, or they're going to be perfectly safe. All it means, like this 15% hatched, there's a 15 from any one point in this yellow circle, which is what you're in, there's only a 15% chance that there's a tornado could touch down within 25 miles of that location. 25 miles is a large range, and a 15% chance within 25 miles is a small number. So I understand the storm anxiety. Definitely a lot of people get it, but the odds are on your side. You got some pretty good odds that you're going to be okay. Yes. Good, good. You have all those things. Good, good, good. You're alert. Cractus, you in the back. What about Seville? Oh, Seville, Ohio. Tonight and tomorrow. Let's take a look. Love Burger Fuse Blonde. I appreciate you guys. What was it called? Seville? You guys have a little bit of wind and hail threat tonight. Tomorrow, well, you know, here, this is our threat tomorrow. Neither today nor tomorrow look that bad for you guys, but very early in the morning, you could have some pretty strong straight line winds and hail. Definitely. Definitely. You think Indianapolis is going to fall into a moderate threat? I don't think so. We're not seeing, like, I'm surprised that the moderate is this high. I think the moderate's going to shrink, and we still might get a high. I think the moderate might even shrink south, guys. Weather by Wyatt, what's going on, dude? What's your thoughts on possibly the day tomorrow? Go follow him, by the way. Weather by Wyatt. What's your thoughts on possibly the day 2 moderate risk going high tomorrow? I'm 30-70 on it. 70% it won't, 30% it will. I do think there's at least a 30% chance it will. That's my honest opinion. I think more likely it won't than it will. Only because highs are so rare. That's all. Like, if they weren't as rare, you know, I'm trying to be in the mind of SPC and how they issue them. I was hit with a tornado last year, May 26th, and had 2 trees on my house. Oof. Can't park there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's crazy, man. Well, the good thing is you're alive. Some people aren't so lucky. That sucks. That must it's terrible. Insurance and rebuilding and all that stuff. Wait, everyone pause. Everyone pause. Wait. Wait. Hold up, everyone. Hold up, everyone. 1 second. 1 second. Guys, 1 second. Hold, everyone, 1 second. 1 second. Chat. Here we go. Chat, here we go. Oh, wait, 1 second. Pam has entered the chat. Oh, if you guys don't know who Pam is, sorry. Wait 1 second, let me pin her. Can I get W's in chat for Pam? W's in chat for Pam. All right. Sorry, we love Pam. Hey, whoa, I saw 2 L's there. All right, hey, Gerald, I'm going to mute you if you keep putting L's. I will ban you for L'ing Pam. Gerald, put 1 more L, I'm going to ban you for L'ing Pam. Put what? Gerald Wankins, I dare you to put 1 more L. Kyle King with the W. Nice. Oh, woo, Gerald, you were close. Oh, And Gerald is blocked. All right, thank you, chat. W Pam, that's right. What did I walk into? Oh, wait! Yali's entered the chat. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to redo that, but... All right, let's get back to it, guys. All right, I'm going to do rapid-fire answer questions here since I just took up so much of your time, but... This is the Pam fan club. Hey, King, I'm block you. Blocked. Watch him try to comment in here again. Oh, he can't. All right. Let's quickly go over what's going on right now. I want everyone to be safe. So let's quickly go over what we got going on right now. Tornado warning. Macon, Illinois. Macon. This did look pretty impressive. I think they're letting this tornado warning expire. Did it weaken? Let's take a look at it. The structure definitely fell apart. The velocities in here, though. You've got very strong winds in here. This is saying 60-mile-per-hour gusts on these severe thunderstorm warnings. I think it could be much higher than that, guys. So, Cerro Gordo, however you pronounce that, Argenta, Monticello, DeLand. You guys, this looks like it's packing some pretty strong winds, but that tornado warning does look like it's going to expire. 2-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds, considerable damage threat up here. Kankakee, every time I say that, it's tough. Chicago, here we go. We've got some good storms. You guys are in a severe thunderstorm warning now. And quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible. Let's get this in motion. So this storm has kind of started to bloom up there in the last 20 minutes. This is going to go through downtown Chicago. Not looking the scariest right now, but there's a little bit more time, maybe 20, 30 minutes for it to intensify. Hopefully this doesn't intensify too much and you just get some thunder and lightning, and then the Beyonce concert can start. But the Beyonce concert is still on pace to start at 9, I'll tell you that. Pam and Yali, I appreciate you guys. Connor, you're literally on my TV screen. Wait, Samantha, really? Like on the big TV screen? I need proof. I need photo proof. Kankakee? Ay. Sam, are you in the Discord? Nate, you with your hand up in the back. Please tell us more about the sell by Kankakee. It's not really it's kind of a big cluster, but yeah, you got high cloud tops here. This is a hail core right here. You're going to get a little bit of hail in portions of Kankakee, if that's how you pronounce it. You're going to get a little bit of hail there in portions of it, not all of it. Probably going to get some pretty strong downdrafts. Maybe you could get 50, 60 mile per hour gust with this. Right now it says 2-inch hail, 70 mile per hour winds. We'll see if that holds on, but it's looking pretty impressive right now, at least wind and hail threat wise. Not seeing a tornado in there anymore, but it's pretty close, about 10, 15 minutes at least. Juliet, we were just talking about Juliet before. Isn't that, yeah, it's Chicago area. Juliet. I may, yeah, you guys, okay, well, you see what happened with Juliet? These storms fired up as they were moving over you. You guys have gotten very lucky and skirted to the south of you. You do have another potential thunderstorm out to your west, but you guys might have dodged a bullet there. We can chat on Discord. No warning for me speaking to the devil. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, and a cat photo. Nice. Oh my gosh. That's a close up of me. That is a close up. I love it. Tornado in my tutor. Okay. Oh, what? Someone made a I hate Pam account. Someone's jealous they're not Pam. Imagine going through all that effort. Jealousy. Please talk about northern Michigan on the shore. Northern Michigan on the shore. Yes. Strong winds, hail, definitely possible up here. I'm the most concerned about a wind threat, especially if you're along the shore here. 70, 80 mile per hour gusts are possible within the next 2 hours. Maybe even an hour. Grand Rapids, Michigan, a little bit longer than that, but same thing. Yeah. Any tornadoes near Chicago? No, but you do have a strong thunderstorm that is about to move through downtown. This thing wants to put rotation on it, guys. Do you see this hook wanting to form with your RFD here, inflow region? I don't think we're gonna get a hook forming here, but I'm just saying this is what I was talking about. Will this, keep? There's a little bit of rotation here. Will this hold off until it passes Chicago? I think it will. I think it will. I think Chicago will be spared. New tornado warning. Thank you, Pam. W's in the paper. You know what's funny, guys? I didn't see who gifted that. I just assumed it was Pam. And then after I said that, I was like, oh, crap. What if that was someone else? And my heart dropped for a second, and it was Pam. Pam, I appreciate it. You don't have to do that. Thank you, Pam. Should I get a third camera? Daytona, Ohio, winds early morning tomorrow. How strong? Let's take a look. Daytona, Ohio. Where is that? Oh, Dayton, Ohio. Daytona. Listen, I'm from Florida. I was thinking of Daytona, Florida. Dayton, Ohio. 70 plus mile per hour gusts are possible tomorrow. Let's take a look at our latest HRRR again. Is our 00Z loading it on the HRRR? I'm really excited for it. It is, but it's not loaded enough. Timing for Dayton with this. You see, and this doesn't want to show initiation. Dayton, you could get involved between 1 and 4 a.m. tonight. It's a little bit tough to tell because the HRRR doesn't see any storms there, but there are storms, and they don't see any storms because they didn't think this would happen here. This squall line would happen here. So, I think the wind and at least the wind aspect of this is gonna hold itself through Ohio. I do think so. Grand Rapids, Michigan, yeah, you got a few hours, maybe two, in between 2 and 3 hours, and then you could see some extremely strong straight line winds and some large hail. Tornado chances aren't super elevated, but it's not impossible to see some strong tornadoes either. Can you share info about Evansville, Indiana? Evansville, Indiana. All I'm going to say is you guys are X marks the spot, smack dab in the middle of that moderate, and you could get a high tomorrow. Evansville, Indiana needs to have multiple ways to get alerts, not just tomorrow afternoon and evening, but tomorrow morning, because we could have some early supercells moving through western Kentucky. Not saying that to scare you or anything. Most likely you're going to be fine. The odds of being hit by a tornado, even in a tornado outbreak, if you're in the middle of the high risk, are still low. But so you should be perfectly fine, but just have a way to get alerts. You know, worst case scenario, you should have a way to get alerts. All right. Listen. The spam. There we go. Lafayette, Indiana. We were talking about that earlier. That's the one. Was it Southwest? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, that's up to the north. That's right. Yeah. I think your chances for severe weather are elevated because of these storms that fired off in central Illinois today. So far, I don't even want to say so far this has been a bust, because if you guys have been watching the videos I've been posting lately, I've been talking a lot about how I've not been looking past Thursday, but really focused on Friday. And if anyone's been in my lives or watched my videos, how many times have I called Thursday conditional for a lot of people? Conditional. Tonight is not over, though. With this right here, that wasn't supposed to be there, there's a lot that can happen tonight still. But we always knew this was a conditional type setup. Tomorrow, everyone needs to be paying attention. But there's plenty of time. Look at this. Orange skies. That's a little creepy. Okay, fine. You said it once. Bryan, Ohio. Let's take a look at the timing tonight. Claire, what's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? What is going on? One, 2, 3 a.m. I think we'll still have a pretty decent wind and hail threat out here in northwestern Ohio. We could actually even still have a tornado threat at that time. Oh, Discord? Oh. I just saw that. Sorry, I'm late. Love it. 1 second here, guys. Luke, I appreciate that. I just saw your message on Discord. Southwest Indiana high risk upgrade possibly. It's not. It's not off the table. I think it's. I would say no, but that's the situation where if it did happen, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. B has entered the chat. B has entered the chat. All right. What time is this for? Well, it depends what you're talking about. What area? Bro is a legend. Getting bad. Help. Constance, where are you? This weekend, I think we're going to do Saturday. I need to talk with everyone who wants to be a mod, and I'm going to have some stuff to go over. Some interesting, fun stuff. So we'll see if you guys have availability on that day. Can you check St. Louis, Missouri for tomorrow? Yes. Let's go over to Pivotal Weather real quick. And the HRRR00Z is loading, which is great. But we can take a look at the 23Z and see how far that gets us for now. So we're going to come down here. 1 second. This is taking a second to load, guys. Here we go. Southeastern Missouri. 3 a.m. A little bit of a threat. 3 a.m. through about 6 a.m. A little bit of a threat. And then we get into a little bit more down there, central to southeastern Missouri. And we're talking around 1 or 2 to 3 in the afternoon. And then here we go again. Evening hours. So we could see 3 morning, afternoon, and evening threat for severe weather down here. Strong supercells. Strong supercells. Timothy, not right now, just because I've done it before and it's set up weird. I had like audio issues, and it's something I'll do in the future, but not right now. I also typically only want to accept people in the live who I know well. Oh wait, yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Yeah, I know I missed that one. Big Kahuna Boss, I appreciate you. Yeehaw, Ryan Cowboy. Is that what you wanted me to do again, Kista? 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 Is that what it is? Kista Ann? Clary, I appreciate you. Windy in Indiana now. Still humid as heck. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think Indiana's going to be the talk of tonight based on how things are developing currently. How about is Northern Kentucky around Lexington going to be tomorrow? Pretty bad, if I'm being honest. Well, the models have it looking like an area we really need to pay attention to. Wait. Oh my God, that was your first. Nice. It was so tempting to take a picture when you had it on the back camera. Yeah, I like that camera. That's funny. Anyways, wait, what's happening in Indiana? So we have a lot of thunderstorms in this region that weren't expected to fire off, and they have. We're still not seeing, it's still a little bit of a underperformance, but I think we might see a little bit of flare-up of storms over here in Indiana in a little bit. Check out the storm east of Joliet. Yeah, Chicago's going to be out of this bad stuff in about 20, 30 minutes. You guys are going to be good. Yeah, let's take a look down here. We can get into... Yeah. Oh. All right, destructive storm. You're right. Radar Omega's not giving me... We only have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. Wow. Destructive, 80-mile-per-hour winds, hail under an inch, 80-mile-per-hour gusts. So we're talking Tinley Park, Oak Forest, Orland, Alsip, Blue Island, Harvey. This is moving out to the east toward East Chicago and Hammond, Indiana. It should be called South Chicago, in my opinion. But there we go. 80-mile-per-hour damage threat destructive. There we go. Chicago Heights. We've been talking about this wind all night associated with this. 70-mile-per-hour gust still moving through Kankakee. Still got this tornado warning down here. 20 minutes on it. Radar indicated. And there's the notch. I do think we might have a tornado on the surface here. We got a notch in this. Headed out east towards Pizzoton, Chicken Bristles. Anyone here from Chicken Bristle? Anyone here from Chicken Bristle, Illinois? Let's take a look at... Yeah, there's some strong velocities in rotation in this cell, guys. So, in all seriousness, Savoy, Villa Grove, Philo, Tuscola, and all these areas in between. Pesoton, I don't know how to pronounce these names. Yeah, pay attention to this closely. Probably get in a safe spot. Where'd my hand go? Just kidding. Hey, Miko. Miko, take that back. Miko. Casey, what's going on? You in the back. Thank you for raising your hand. Oh, no problem, Miko. What's going on, Casey? 42 new followers. I appreciate you guys. Miko, I don't have to ban you anymore. Who's Pam? Who isn't Pam? That's a question, John Smith. John Smith, that's definitely not your real name. That's definitely a fake TikTok. That's such a fake account name, John Smith 99. Tell me I'm not. Tell me that's not your stalking TikTok. I know I'm right. Tell me I'm right. Sun's out in Oshkosh now. Isn't it dark? Did the storm pass Joliet? Yes, I believe so. Someone confirmed that there, but I believe so. Yeah, my real name is Gerald Wankins. Oh, are you the one I banned for being mean? I knew it was a fake TikTok account. They need to hire me. Yeah, we can, Casey. We'll look at some new soundings here in about, in a little bit, because I'm still staring at tomorrow. Tonight, we still have the potential for some pretty bad severe weather. This is not at any means over. We've got just 80-mile-per-hour gust, damage, destructing winds through here. We do have a notch in here, rotation. Another severe thunderstorm warning just dropped here. 7-mile-per-hour winds, inch hail, tornado possible. Considerable damage threat up here in northwestern Indiana. By no means is this threat over tonight. But tomorrow is going to be a little bit interesting. Give me one. Give me 1 second. Hey, I'm back. Charles, what's going on? Give me 1 second, guys. Un momento. Oh, that was a big burp. Ugh. All right, chat, I'm back. Sorry, I'm on baby duty just for 20 minutes. All right, sister, listen, one rule. No interrupting the chat. All right? Keep your mouth shut. I'm just kidding, guys. Sorry. It's bedtime, you know? That's what happens. Boop said hi, baby. Boop said hi, Sawyer. She's 12 days old. She probably doesn't know English yet. Thank you, guys. All right. Okay. So, more storms for Wisconsin tomorrow afternoon. No, I do not think so. Severe-wise, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad tomorrow afternoon. Where is this going to take us? A lot. I've been noticing we've been getting the alert before we've been getting actually the thanks, Nate, the actual severe warn box. So Butler, PA tonight. Not too worried about PA tonight. We could. This is going to be probably mostly a wind threat out here, straight line wind threat as we get into really late in the night, early morning hours. Yeah. Oh, she's a cutie. She's just really tired right now, so she should be good on stream. This is actually her second stream. Pretty much. I mean, she needs to monetize at this point. She is living her best life. She is. Any questions about severe weather tonight? No. Okay. Metro Detroit. Let's take a look. Okay, so we got that. Oh, I want it to pop up. Whoa! Pam with the greeting card. Oh, I don't want to yell. Pam with the greeting card. Pam, I appreciate you. Pam, you're the best. Michael, I appreciate you. Yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy. Jess, I completely missed that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, Pam, I know the real MVP. As long as Pam is keeping things exciting. Any merch for the baby? Should I drop some baby merch? I'll ask her what she's into. Yeah. Silent scream. But anyways, guys, this is good. This is kind of best case scenario tonight. So we do have these storms here. I do think we're going to see a little bit of an uptrend in potentially severe I do think over the next couple hours we could see this the severe tornado warn storms uptick a little bit as we get into Indiana, And I do think we could get some pretty... There it is. 70-mile-per-hour wind, damage threat considerable, tornado possible in western Michigan. So this is MCS, mesoscale. So MCS. Why did my brain just die? Mesoscale convective system. Oh my God. Jesus, that's embarrassing. But very, very, very strong line or very, very, very powerful line of convection here, moving straight off to the east with strong downdrafts. You can get some really, really, really decent straight line winds out of this, 80, 90 mile per hour gusts as this moves ahead of you, and it's going to be right out ahead of the squall line, and as it initially moves over you. So you could have some power lines, trees knocked down. So I don't think the tornado threat's crazy with this, but I would definitely watch the tornado threat, especially for Grand Rapids and south, this region right there. When are we getting the Connors Climate Corner branded stroller? Hey, yeah, needs to come out. I want to do a backpack. Murfreesboro, Tennessee tomorrow, please and thanks. We'll see that in a second. I know where Murfreesboro is, but I always forget. Murfreesboro. Oops. All right, there we are. Yeah, central, dead central. You guys could, if you're not in the moderate right now, you could be in the moderate. I forget if you guys are in the moderate tomorrow. Oh, she's got the hiccups. No, you guys are down in that enhanced. So, I don't think it's possible that you guys go moderate tomorrow based on our look, but I do think a lot of the worst storms, they actually shift it. No, this has been where it's been. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they shifted. Am I crazy, guys? Did they shift this moderate a little bit north while I was on stream? I feel like they did. Yeah, it looks a little higher. Everything's on the table for Murfreesboro. EF2 plus tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, 80 plus mile per hour gusts. So, and again, I think the worst is going to be late afternoon. We're talking 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. through 5 to 9 p.m. That timing can shift. I wouldn't be surprised if the moderate expand it to include Murfreesboro, and then we got a high in here. I'm not betting on it, but it's a possibility. Yeah. I'm going to buy your merch con, just to let you know. Well, I appreciate it. I'm wearing it right now. This hoodie actually came out way better than I thought. So I don't like the hoodies with the strings, and you wash them and whatever. It's embroidered, so it won't wash off. This is like high quality embroidered, stretchy, soft material. Connor's Climb Crew right there. It actually came out way better than I thought. It's called a baggy, oversized hoodie. So these are like the comfy, day off of work, it's raining outside, lay on your couch all day, super comfy type of hoodie. I mean, I've been wearing it out just because I'm so happy to have it now, but it's a big hood too. Really, really, the hood's huge. Like some hoods like choke you, but the quality so far, I've been really happy with it all. Can we look at some soundings now? Yeah, so where do you want, let's look at some soundings for tomorrow, guys. Let's look at the update. That's actually, this is going to be interesting. My glasses are super crooked because my son broke them. Let's look at, I'm going to have to take them off. Ugh. Look at that. Destroyed. Where do we want to look at soundings tomorrow? Here, let's go. Yeah, we have our 00Z loading, guys. If you don't know, the 00Z has fresh weather balloon data. Oh my God, she's precious. Yeah, so all of my merch is on YouTube, TikTok Shop, and ConnorsClimateCorner.com. So, yeah, let me know where you guys want to look at tomorrow. Big City, Michigan. We'll look at all this stuff. Yeah, there's the site. ConnorsClimateCorner.com, and then the stuff that's coming. But the hat's kind of cool too. So let's see. Pittsburgh. Well, we can do Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Northern Kentucky. Cool. Let's do it. I'm gonna get my new headphones. So this is the latest HRRR. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh, man. Southeastern Missouri. Southeastern Missouri. Continuing to see that. Oh. 4 a.m. 2 to 4 a.m. Look at this. Kentucky. 7 a.m.-ish. Southern Kentucky, Northern Kentucky. I mean, we could have some. This could be ahead of our main event early morning. Look at that Kentucky Tennessee border. Wow, this is looking more aggressive. Look how long. Did someone just buy merch? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Yeah, look at this. Look how long track these storms are in Tennessee, Kentucky region right here. That's concerning to me. Super long track. Wow. Oh my gosh. That cell tracks from Western Kentucky to Central North Carolina. Oh my gosh. Sorry, you guys can't see this. I'm delusional. I want you guys to look at what's happening right down here. Watch what's happening down here. Look at this. Look at this long track cell. Southeastern Missouri. Yeah. Pam, I appreciate you. Pam, did you get the hoodie or like the crew neck or? Oh, the hoodie. Pam, you're going to like it. It's cool. It came out perfect, like the quality and everything. I was actually happier with it than I even thought I'd be. I did a lot of reviews on like the quality and the stuff that I used for my merch, but I was really happy with it. Oh, okay, guys. I see why they shifted this north. Notice. We're going to take soundings. Notice what's happening up here. Yeah, the HRRR's definitely shifted that threat north. It still looks to be just under Indianapolis, but there are some strong thunderstorms and the potential for some supercells up near Indianapolis. So you guys could get involved. We've got southeastern Missouri, like 3 a.m. We've got multiple supercells moving across Kentucky. We're talking like 6 to 9 a.m. All through the afternoon, southeastern Kentucky, eastern, northeastern Tennessee. And then look at this. Look at this and this. Now we're getting into late afternoon hours for you guys. 4 in the afternoon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this guys, we could 100% go high through here. All right, let's take a look at the SIG tour. We need to. I'll get into when some of you guys could see this. Oh my! Oh no! Okay, Mesomats. Hope you're the best. Thank you, Hope. Hope, are you in my Discord? All right, Matt's not answering. Guys, I need to take a picture of this and send it to him. Give me a second. This is southern Indiana around Owensboro as well. Oh my God. The lower level rotation too. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me switch this back here so we can talk. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to. Hope, are you? Sorry, guys. I'm gonna answer your question. Give me a second. I'm hurrying up. I need to send Matt this. I'm just going to say, dude. Owensboro. Oh. All right, sorry. Wait. Oh, Confused Bomb, is that you? Oh, sorry. I don't want to dox you. I don't want to dox you. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. Okay, guys, I'm gonna explain, and I'm gonna do. Okay, Matt's calling me. Brother, look at his face, guys.
Oh, your internet is wonky today on your phone, sir.
Sorry. I want you to guess where I took this sounding.
Like snail speed, guys. Look at him.
Wait, it's.
What is going on, Connor?
Wait, you can't see me? Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi was off. Is this better? Is this better? I'm going to call him back, guys. Sorry. I'm going to do rapid fire and answer all your questions. I really want to talk to Matt about this. My Wi-Fi was off. Sorry, my Wi-Fi was off. Are we better?
There we go. We're getting better. There we go.
Matt, guess where I took this sounding just now? Guys, it's not my internet. It's not my Wi-Fi. Matt.
Yeah, I saw you just hit me with the sounding.
Can you hear me?
I appreciate your generosity with the sounding.
34 supercell composite. 10.0 fixed SIG-TOR parameter.
Here, we're gonna.
I don't know why it's not working, guys. All right. Yeah, Matt, I don't know what's going on. It must be FaceTime. Let me turn on this. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
11.0 effective layer SIG-TOR param. Owensboro.
Let me ask you this. Should I stay up for this round of storms tonight, or just get sleep and wait for tomorrow?
Get sleep.
Now?
Get sleep. Get sleep.
Get sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, 301 SRH, 34 knot lower level shear, 34 supercell composite, 10.0 fixed SIG-TOR param, pretty much a maxed out effective layer SIG-TOR param, a high velocity winds, good looking hodograph, good looking storm slinky, perfectly matching southwesterly flow.
The OZ her that just came in here with just all sleeper cells now and no line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Well, do you also see supercells moving through in the morning and then in the afternoon and then in the evening?
That's what I was talking about there. What are your thoughts on, like I said, early morning hours, like between 4 and 6 a.m.? Because I've got our weather page talking about it. Everybody's talking about it in Kentucky about early morning storms. That's what I'm battling, what I should do.
They're always, in my opinion, early morning storms always underperform. So I'm not super high on them. But I do think it's interesting. I've looked at a couple models and they all tend to agree on it. So.
Okay. I plan on staying up till about 1 a.m., kind of see what happens, and if it looks like it's going to go south of us,
Clarissa, you're the best.
then I'll get some sleep, yeah.
Yeah, watch a little bit later. We didn't see all those storms that were forming in Illinois that we have, that big squall line that's put itself together. Central Illinois moving out to the east. So we do have 80 mile per hour winds, or we did have 80 mile per hour winds moving up towards Gary, Indiana. So there's a possibility of something, but honestly, dude, I'm not too concerned about tonight. I'm overly concerned now about tomorrow, though.
Yeah, and the her run makes a 15% hatch tornado risk look valid now.
Yeah, and dude, you need to think about this. If that stuff confirms tomorrow, those early morning supercells, you might feel the urge to get on at like 7 a.m.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'd rather get some sleep too, because who knows if we're even gonna have power tomorrow night.
You could have an EF2 tornado to your 30 miles to your south at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So, yeah, and power, and I wouldn't even worry about tonight. I'd save it for tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. I just found your sounding that you pulled, by the way. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I believe that was Owensboro. That was an Owensboro sounding. If you've seen the 00ZH triple R.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's just all maxed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. I was dreading the her run tonight to see what it was gonna do, and
Yeah.
we were going linear all day with it tomorrow, and then all of a sudden now it's back to just supercells with no line.
Which is a lot more dangerous, dude. Which is a lot more dangerous. It increases your tornado threat, lowers your wind threat a little bit, that straight line wind threat, but
Well, I'd
Widespread. It's widespread damage instead of isolated damage. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Okay. All right. Good to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, keep me updated. Every run now is going to start to show tomorrow afternoon, so
All right.
any consistency with that, it'll be interesting.
My son's gonna wake me up at 6 a.m. So if you do end up getting early to stream, just shoot me a text.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that'll be the game plan then. That's fine.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, sounds good, bud. Thank you.
So yeah, tomorrow looks even sketchier. Okay, here we go. We do have all up and down Western Michigan guys. 7 mile per hour, 7 mile per hour, 7 mile per hour, 7 mile per hour. We're getting a lot. Western Michigan, get ready. This is a strong winds that are about to move in. Okay, let's take some soundings. I know everyone was asking. I'm sorry about that big delay. Here's our SIG Torp params, guys. Let's just circle everyone that, I mean, tornado-wise tomorrow. What he's talking about with that early morning, afternoon, evening thread I've been talking about, how we have multiple rounds. Just crazy, like Central Kentucky, 6.0, 4200 surface cape. Cincinnati, we can take a look if we've got some strong soundings out in Cincinnati. Even moving forward, yeah, just to the southwest of Cincinnati, 9.0 effective layer SIG Torp ram. Huge cape. A little bit of capping, not a little bit of capping, a little bit of inhibition, but really strong hodograph and rotational or directional shear near the surface. So Cincinnati, 100%. Evans, which one? Why is my brain not working? Evansville. I was going to say Evansboro. Richmond, Kentucky. Where is Richmond, Kentucky? Clarksville, Tennessee. By the way, to anyone who's bought merch tonight, seriously, thank you guys so much. Like, you did not have to do that. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Clarissa, thank you, Clarissa. Richmond, Kentucky. Where are you guys at? Yeah, you're about central east. Let's take a sounding out of that region there. As this stuff, because this is morning. Like, this is around Richmond. This is morning. PDS tour. This is actually more afternoon, early evening, but oh my gosh. This is late morning, early afternoon. We've got almost maxed out SIG Torp params across the whole state of Kentucky, Southern Illinois, Southern Indiana, Southern Ohio. Guys, getting up to Columbus even. Pivotal weather. This is tomorrow. Indianapolis. Again, could it get that far north? Yes. We've got... we've got a little bit of SIG Torp that wants to push up to the northeast towards Indianapolis. So, not looking too bad. A lot of this wants to stay just to the south. Let me take one of these soundings here. Tor, 3.0 effective, 3,000 surface cape, still a possibility up there. Oh my gosh. 8.2. Why? This is just wild. That's a maxed out. 78 degrees over 74 dew point. Almost a 34 supercell composite. This is crazy. That's Owensboro, Kentucky. Evansville too. Evansville has maxed out SIG Torp params. Just about maxed out. Connor, what do you think about Ozarks? What do you think the Ozarks will get in Missouri? So that's southern Missouri, right? Again, you guys are going to have an earlier threat than everyone. You guys could see early morning and into the afternoon. And let's see. Marginal Tor. There's significant cape everywhere. PDS Tor, southern Missouri. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Means the parameters are there. Never means it's going to happen, but it means the ingredients are there. She's doing good. She's doing good. She's just sleeping. She's just. Oh, sorry, sweetie pie. Philly has a Saturday threat. Anyone else want me to take soundings tomorrow in any certain area out here? I mean, this is our main concern. This is the OOZ still loading. Clarksville. One second. Let's see here. Let's look at Clarksville, Tennessee with the OOZ. What are you guys up here? PDS Tour, good looking photograph, and 9.0, almost maxed out effective layer, SIG Tour Param, 28 Super Cell Composite, 8.0 fix, 3,000 surface cape, a tiny bit of inhibition, not too much, 400 SRH, and 41 lower level shear. So that to me is the most impressive. Your cells down there in northern Tennessee will be rotating. So very impressive soundings all over the place. Bowling Green, Kentucky, where is that? Let's right around here. They're all impressive. 464 SRH, 46 lower level shear. That's wild, the shear that you could have down there near Bowling Green. Oh my gosh, 43 knot, 462 storm relative helicity. Southerly straight into westerly. Memphis, Tennessee. Where's Memphis? Like right down here in the corner, right? I always mess Memphis up. Yeah, it's right down there in the corner. Let's take a look what type of sounding we got. You guys have some early morning SIG-Torp rams. I don't want to take a look at this. Tons of inhibition. Might not happen, but decent looking 4.0 effective layer. And then you've got a little bit happening as we get... Let's take a look at this. PDS Tour. There's a PDS Tour sounding. A little bit of inhibition. This could actually happen, though. This might be a tiny bit of a concerning... So this is 7 p.m. tomorrow. Oh. Slightly confused blonde. Thanks for raising your hand. Owentown, Kentucky. What time? Let me take a look. Timing. Let's see. Listen, there could be some early morning storms. We're going to have to watch these. 7, 8 a.m. But the main event here, probably going to be closer to 8 p.m. 7, 8 p.m. And the 0Z is looking definitely impressive. Definitely impressive. Oof. Southeast Missouri. Yeah, Southeast Missouri has a couple threats. We've been talking about this all night. You've got this one, so let's go. This is going to be about 8, so about 2 to 4 a.m. You've got some potential supercells moving to the region. St. Louis, around 3 p.m., afternoon hours. Central to Southern Illinois, afternoon hours. Southern Missouri, as we get into the evening again, and then all of Kentucky, Southern Indiana, Southern Ohio, Central Ohio, maybe even all the way to Columbus. Little Rock, Western Tennessee, Northern Mississippi, Northern Alabama, Southern Arkansas, Virginia, West Virginia, as we get into the evening late hours. A lot of people getting involved here, guys. So people are saying what hours. I've been saying the hours as we go. I mean, you're going to have like a morning threat here. Then you're going to have an afternoon threat here. And then you're going to have an evening to late night threat here. It just, there's multiple waves. Sometimes you've got a nice little linear thing that just goes, oh, it's 1 p.m. and then it's 6 p.m. Oh, and then it's midnight. Not happening with this setup. You know? Am I wrong when I say that as long as convection happens in the morning, then the tornado outbreak is limited? Let me think about that for a second. So, afternoon convection is 2 to 3 times more likely to occur than morning convection. Convection, what the word convection means, it's just rising air, basically. A rising air parcel that typically is holding moisture that's going to condense. So, yeah, earlier in the morning, your parcel is going to be cooled. The atmosphere is going to be cooled. There's less instability. As daytime heating happens late into the morning and into the afternoon, you get this big warming event happening over a region and as this warming is happening, it's happening against that nighttime cooling. So you had that nighttime cooling and then the afternoon warming happens and those kind of clash and then your convection is able to rise. So yeah, typically after you've had a whole night of cooling, it's hard to get like a bunch of convection super early in the morning, but it happens under certain circumstances, especially when you have a strong low-level jet. And why is that? Because this strong low-level jet will displace a bunch of warm air and moisture that shouldn't be there at 6, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning. It shouldn't be there, but it's pulling it off of this warm Gulf to the south, and it's putting that air there that should not be there until the late afternoon or mid-afternoon. So suddenly you get all this warmth and moisture that's clashing with this cold air from the night, and you have that gradient there and that instability. So typically, if you're going to have a lot of convection in the morning and strong, severe thunderstorms initiating in the morning, it's all to do with your 850 millibar jet, your low or your 925 jet. It's all to do with that because it's displaying that warm air and moisture that typically isn't arising or occurring until the afternoon hours. That's why I love looking at the 850 millibar jet. 850 millibar jet's the best jet. Team 850. Yeehaw! Ride 'em, cowboy. I haven't got one of those tonight. Brooke, Cody, Yali, I appreciate you. L. Will, Spaceman, Julie, Lauren, Salty Boot. Sorry. Oh my god, I haven't said any of those in a while. No problem. I know your name's Sadie, but I want to call you Sadie, so we'll call you Sadie. Does the HRRR show it worse than before Long Island? Well, the HRRR isn't... I don't think the HRRR is stretching out there on Saturday yet, is it? Or am I crazy? A little bit. I'll probably going to get off here in a second. Hang out with the, the wifey for a little bit. A little bit of thunderstorms moving in here as we get into Saturday. The HRRR is not showing it that bad out here. I think that's... Let's take a look at something. Good old 850 jet. See, it's very westerly flow. We want a southerly here. I think this could be a late evening into the morning threat out here. So Central Kentucky could see severe weather in the morning, afternoon, and evening. That's all I'm going to say for Friday. I've been talking about Central Kentucky. It's a wacky look for you guys. It's a dangerous look. Definitely just have a way to get alerts. It's all, you got to have a way to get alerts. I mean, look what the jet wants to do at... Look what the jet wants to do at 6 a.m. 77? All right, I'm going to guess 77 knots. I'm going to guess... is 91 miles per hour. Okay. Knots to mph. Rounds to 89. I was 2 miles per hour off. Okay, rounds to 89. So that's almost 90 mile per hour winds just above the surface. At 6 a.m. Not normal, guys. Not normal. And that moves across the entire state of Kentucky. And then again. And then again. And these winds up here that are pushing 70 knots are southern Indiana, southern Ohio, up towards Columbus. We're just getting these constant streaks. And then look what happens here. This is a crazy look. This is 1 in the morning. You've got this wild low-level jet stretching from northeastern Mississippi all the way up here, and we're talking northern Alabama too, all the way up here through southwestern Pennsylvania. Tornado in West Michigan. Thanks for calling that out. There it is. We'll go over that real quick. I'm going to get off here in a second, but let me go over this real quick. Right. Radar indicated. Quarter-size hail, 7-mile-per-hour winds, damage track considerable. Let's quickly go into single-site radar. And let's see if we can find it before... Okay, there's a little bit of a notch in here. And I have a feeling this is what we're talking about. But let's investigate. There's definitely not a clear... It's got to be that notch. There's definitely not a clear tornado on the ground here. There's no correlation coefficient droplet, CC droplet. But you're seeing this little bend. Instead of this being perfectly... like this, you see this little bend in here. You're getting a little inflow. So that's moving out to the east towards Sullivan, Casanova, Sparta, Ashland, Coopersville. Doesn't look like we have a monstrous damaging tornado on the ground. But I always say, treat it like it is if you're in this tornado warning. Because the radars sometimes have an issue if you have a ton of rainfall, like a rain-wrapped tornado or something. They can have an issue with seeing that velocity, that rotation, and have an issue seeing some of these things that we see on here correctly, like even the correlation coefficient. So just to calm your nerves, it doesn't look like it's a big issue. It doesn't look like we might have a tornado on the ground, but we could. There's been times where the radar is just inaccurate. Okay, maybe good night, guys. Boop, have a good night. Baby said thank you. Yeah, Chicago, you're good. Beyonce can get on stage and do her thing. Cowboy Carter. That makes sense. I appreciate you answering that. And same to Leanto. Yeah, just curious about it because I've heard morning storms happen and there isn't enough time for warm up or moisture to build. Yeah, typically it's the morning storm struggle. Yeah. Everyone always says like they think evening storm struggle, but imagine you have a warm parcel of air here. And what our cap is okay, so here's your warm parcel of air. Here's what a cap is. For this to rise, it needs cooler air above. Warm air is going to be, you're going to have this warm, moist air, cool, dry air. This is way more buoyant. It's going to rise straight through that cool air, turn into thunderstorms. So sometimes you have this warm air here, and it's a little warmer up here. So this warm, if it's warmer above your parcel of air, your thunderstorm convection that's trying to happen, it's being blocked from rising. You're not getting any condensing. But as we get into the evening hours, what can happen is here's your warm parcel of air. Here's your cap. Suddenly the sun goes down and the cap cools, but the warm air at the surface doesn't cool because it's got that moisture, humidity in it, and it's holding its temperature a little bit better. And this cools just enough, and it goes boom when it explodes up through the cap. And then that's when you've seen those weird like 6 to 8 p.m. crazy thunderstorms spark up with big tornadoes. That happen late in the evening sometimes, especially in Tornado Alley. That happens where the cap breaks when the sun goes down. From Holland, Michigan, but currently in Marco, Florida, nervously watching. Yeah, this is... this is... Again, tornado threat isn't looking crazy. I would get underground if you can, in a basement. Bottom floor, interior, in a closet away from windows. We just got a severe... Oh, look at that. 80-mile-per-hour winds. Destructive. This is a dangerous storm. I don't know. They've been doing dangerous PDS. This is damage threat destructive. Grand Rapids. From Gaines, Kentwood, Cascade, Charter, Wyoming, Grand Rapids, all the way north up to Big Rapids. Lily, Troy. 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts or more. I mean, this 70-mile-per-hour, 7-mile-per-hour, this is what we're talking about. Strong squall line here. MCS, mesoscale convective system, strong downdrafts. We could see trees, power lines, some roofs damage from straight line winds. This is a situation where people think there's a tornado over their house, and it's not. It's just strong winds associated with that, derecho type of event almost. So Western Michigan, stay alert. Let's see here. Okay. Wow, 54 new followers. Guys, I appreciate that. I do want to get off here. I'm going to spend a little time with my wife, and I've got baby in my hand. Is anything going to hit Indianapolis? Indianapolis, pay attention tonight. We do have a lot of strong storms out to your west still, and we have some of these still convecting. So I'd have to go. Let me go actually out to MRMS. But this is definitely Michigan's overperforming right now. A little bit of fall off down here, but I think we'll have these build up a tiny bit more. Guys, I appreciate you being in here. Seriously, thank you, guys. I will be updating my Discord with all the latest information tomorrow morning. If you want to join my Discord, subs and members get automatic access to my Discord. It's Connor's Climate Corner HQ. It's $3 a month. Not $30, $3 a month. And that just helps with all the money I spend on software and running the channel and website and all the other stuff. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. I appreciate you guys being in here. I appreciate anyone who's followed, gifted, even just being in here, helping my algorithm. I love doing this. So I'm going to be posting today. I actually had to do like newborn photos, but early video tomorrow. Discord's going to be updated. I need to be on this early tomorrow because we could have a morning, afternoon, and evening threat. Mesomat, MESOMATT, will probably be live streaming for a long time tomorrow. I work with him. MESOMATT, we're always talking. He's a great person to follow. So everyone stay safe. Pay attention tonight. Michigan especially. And I'll be posting stuff early on my Instagram, X. It's Connor's Climate Corner everywhere. On X, it's Climate Corner HQ. But everyone stay safe. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. B, thanks for tagging that. We'll say bye-bye to baby. Ugh. Say bye-bye, baby. Oh, man, she is asleep. She's asleep. Guys, you want to see how small she is? She's asleep. All right, everyone have a great night, and I will be on tomorrow. I might be on a little bit earlier tomorrow. I might do an afternoon, evening stream. See you guys. I'll be in my Discord for a little bit. If you guys want to, I'll be hanging out with the Climate Crew in the Discord if you guys want to talk. All right. See you guys.